Every kid's dream starts by playing video games at a young age through the clicks of a button. Many of those kids, however, don't usually think before they buy what kind of console they want. Usually, most of them will buy the console that their friends get so they can friend each other and then they can play all sorts of games. The one downside to that is when you have to spend hundreds of dollars on a console, so it'd be best to buy one that's worth it. If you are like me and you want to spend your money on something worth it, you best know which console that is, whether if that would be the PS4 or the Xbox One. With these two head on, we can make a statement that there are advantages and disadvantages between the two. There will be three main game changers that we will be discussing as to why the PS4 is a better choice. One of which is how easy it is to use the PS4. Next will be PlayStation, will be virtual reality. And then lastly will be the PlayStation View access. Now, who likes the idea of making our lives more difficult than it needs to be? I'm pretty sure we can all agree that we don't like doing more than what is already expected. The same goes for what console would make our time spent more on gaming than to make our lives more difficult than it needs to be. Even though experts say, well, people say that Xbox is more compatible with more storage, it is nevertheless obvious that the PS4 menu tabs from when you start your console are dead simple to navigate. Usually most of it is sliding from top to bottom or left to right. With the Xbox One, however, it's super clustered and it makes it harder to find the games that you're looking for. On top of that, sidebars continue to pop out every which way. And if you're like the majority of first users planning on getting an Xbox, it'll be very confusing to hum around where to find what. Not only do we want to make our lives easier, but we want things to run faster. ExtremeTech.com experimented to find out that it takes the PS4 to boot in 20 seconds, where the Xbox One was 1 minute and 5 seconds. As we look at these results, we can make a statement that there are not only the PlayStation is easier accessible, but the dashboard will thus run up to the dashboard is significantly faster on the PS4. That also goes to show that our time, which could be playing video games with our friends, is instead wasted by the times of unnecessary pop-ups and sidebars on the Xbox One. If you like virtual reality, the PS4's PlayStation VR is your only option, and it's a pretty good one too. Even though PlayStation VR isn't on the same level as HTC Vive or Oculus, running on a powerful gaming PC, it's still a very good virtual reality experience. Even though, according to UploadVR.com, the PS4 would cost the PS4 and also the PS View PlayStation virtual reality would cost roughly $450 to $550. Now, also we got to think about it. If we talk about the Oculus Rifting running on a powerful gaming PC, that would also cost about $600. Plus, you won't be getting yourself a console. With PS View, however, it's super convincing and also very comfortable while using. And also, there's also really good games to play, such as Batman Arkham VR, Resident Evil 7, and also, lastly, Farpoint. According to TechWallet.com, people spend roughly an average of $64.41 per month on cable TV. With PlayStation View, however, subscriptions start at $49.99 and come with about 45 channels, including ESPN, TNT, and Bravo. Also, with PlayStation View, it's a lot easier to run certain things, and also you don't need a certain. It's also really it's also a legitimate cord cutting solution, as you get all the same benefits, and also you don't also need a it's also a legitimate cord cutting solution, and you get all the benefits of traditional cable TV package. Also with with no hidden fees or contracts. On top of that, PlayStation View is very convenient for most people, as some people in the industry like sports, and it seems a lot easier to them. As we recap, let's look at what we went over. From our first point, which was on how easy the PS4 to use and its great access, to then the why virtual reality is super nice and convenient to our to certain people who like to run through virtual reality. And lastly, we went over the PlayStation View and its great attributes and its access. I hope that whenever the time comes to decide between the PS4 or the Xbox One, keep in mind these great benefits that you can't get with the Xbox One. And as always, keep on gaming.